When does good faith override probable cause in law? Imagine you're walking down the street when police stop you and say they have a warrant. But what if that warrant was issued with some mistakes? When does the law say that officers' honest belief they were acting correctly can actually let evidence be used in court? The good faith exception is what makes this possible. It means if police relying on a search warrant or legal rule that turns out to be flawed, the evidence they collect might still be allowed. This is because the officers genuinely believed they were acting within the law. But this only applies if they acted reasonably and without misconduct. Probable cause is the standard that police need to justify a search or arrest. It means they have reasonable grounds to believe a crime happened or evidence is in a specific place. Usually, if officers don't have probable cause or a valid warrant, any evidence they gather can be thrown out under the Fourth Amendment's exclusionary rule. However, the good faith exception kicks in when officers relying on a warrant that later gets invalidated. For example, if they relied on a warrant issued by a judge who made a technical mistake, and the warrant was not obviously lacking probable cause, the evidence can still be used. The same applies if officers follow a legal precedent that is later overturned or relying on a law that is later declared unconstitutional, as long as their reliance was reasonable. But the exception doesn't apply if officers knowingly lied in their affidavit, or if the judge was biased or not neutral. If the warrant was so defective that no reasonable officer would rely on it, or if police misconduct was involved, then the evidence can't be used. Also, if officers should have known the grounds were weak or false, the exception doesn't hold. From a defense point of view, the good faith rule can be tricky. Prosecutors might argue that officers acted reasonably, even if the warrant was flawed. Defense attorneys, however, will challenge whether the officers truly believed they were acting lawfully and whether the warrant was valid. They aim to keep evidence out if it was obtained without proper probable cause or through misconduct. In the end, the good faith exception balances law enforcement's need to act quickly with protecting your constitutional rights. It allows some evidence to be used even when mistakes happen, but only if officers genuinely believed they were following the law and did so reasonably. It doesn't give police a free pass to ignore obvious errors or deceive to get a warrant.